This month, Tron Ares opened in theaters. So that's going to rank all three Tron movies from the worst to the best. In last place is Tron Ares. The movie's biggest crime is it forgets to have fun. I found the story and characters incredibly bland. In Tron Legacy, the main character's father disappears for 20 years, and he finally reunites with him on the grid and has to defeat an evil version of him. He tries to get his dad to come back with him, meets a program who becomes his girlfriend, who's an interesting character with a lot of personality. The action sequences and the score were fun. This has none of that. Ares is a boring character. Athena is a boring character. The villain is uninteresting. It has the same level of hamminess as Jesse Eisenberg from Batman vs. Superman, and the stakes of the plot are unclear. They found a way to make programs into soldiers in the real world, but the catch is they can only survive for 30 minutes at a time. But no problem if the time expires, they can just bring them back anyway. So why is the MacGuffin a device called the Permanence Code that will grant them immortality? It's not like they can actually die. At least in Tron Legacy, when programs got derezzed in the game, it was permanent, and therefore there were stakes for Cora and Sam. The movie is Tron in name only, and Tron isn't even in the movie. All the interesting plot threads left over from Legacy are thrown out here. How does Cora react to being in the real world? What are the pros and cons for her? Can she have kids? What happened to Clue? Why does Jeff Bridges still live in the grid when he could be reconnected with the sun? All questions that are never answered. It's not so much a movie as much as it is a very long Nine Inch Nails music video. You know how artists will put out visual albums that have a slight resemblance of plot, or just glorified commercials from the latest album like Taylor Swift did recently and Beyonce did a few years ago? That's what this is. At least with the Daft Punk score in Legacy, there was a compelling plot to go with it. This feels like they put music first and plot second, and the plot is barely there. This feels like a vanity project from Jared Leto. If you're not a fan of this franchise, this isn't going to win you over, and if you are a fan, don't waste your time with it. Don't even wait for Disney+. It has impressive visuals and cinematography, but nothing else. Number 2, Tron. At the time, this movie was cool, and it does still have some interesting philosophical ideas about free will, the relationship between mankind and technology, and who is really controlling who. But the pacing is slow, the effects don't hold up all that well, and the film at times comes off as incredibly pretentious. I understand its importance for the world of film, but if I'm in the mood for Tron, this isn't the one that I'm going to watch. And in first place is Tron Legacy. Before we got films like the Star Wars sequel trilogy, Ghostbusters Afterlife, and Top Gun Maverick, we got Tron Legacy, a sequel that vastly improves on everything laid out by the original. The plot is stronger, the effects are better, the characters more interesting. The main character being able to reconnect with his estranged father after 20 years, the evil version of Jeff Bridges wanting to escape the grid to take over the real world, the character of Cora giving off an infectiously positive energy and having great chemistry with Sam, the fantastic, exhilarating action sequences, and that Daft Punk score that gets me pumped every time. Unlike a lot of sequels that tend to blend together, this one has a unique, distinct style and its own voice. It's a great improvement over the original, and it comes in at number 1. It's going to share a review of the Tron movies, and I'll see you next time.